So the annual NBA GM survey has officially dropped. I think it dropped yesterday. And there were about 50 questions. So for the purposes of this topic, we'll only go over the player section. And we're not going to go over every single question because some of the questions I thought were stupid. So we're only going to go over questions that I think will be interesting to you guys. Okay. Now, the first question here we have, who will win the 2025 Kia MVP award? The GM survey has SGA at number 1 at 40%, Luka Doncic at number 2 at 30%, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum are tied for third place at 7%, and we also have receiving votes of Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jaylen Brown, and Anthony Edwards. Now, I'm not mad at this pick, putting SGA at number 1, because SGA is coming off a season where he averaged 30, right? I think it was, to be exact, I think it was 36 assists, 5 rebounds, something in that ballpark. But the Oklahoma City Thunder in prior seasons were a subpar 500 team. And I'm going to be honest, guys, it was unexpected by many to see them have the resurgence they had this past season. They had the best record in the West. And to be exact, they were tied with the Denver Nuggets. But seeding wise, they were the number 1 seed in the West, right? So many people thought SGA was supposed to win the MVP. A lot of people, especially media heads, like big personalities like Shaquille O'Neal, Stephen A. Smith, they thought SGA was snubbed. And I actually had SGA as my MVP for this past season. But I wasn't mad that Nikola won the MVP over him, because again, they had the same record. They were tied for the same record in the West. OKC being at number 1, Denver being at number 2. But Jokic damn near averaged a triple-double, man. And the thing about the Denver Nuggets offense, it's a Nikola Jokic centric offense. These guys go as far as Nikola takes them. Literally, this guy is a tank down low. He's a very smart basketball mind. And again, I wasn't mad at the fact that he won MVP over Shai. Now, I feel like this pick, I guess, is people, hoping or thinking that Shai will have this big season, prove the haters wrong type of season. Because I'll tell you what, man, even though I wasn't mad that Jokic won the MVP, I was still surprised to see that he didn't win it, right? But again, he's favored to win it this upcoming year. And if I were to change this order of the top 5 favorites to win MVP, my order would be SGA at number 1, Luka Doncic at number 2, Joel Embiid at number 3. I'll put Jason Tatum at number 4, and I'll put Nikola Jokic at number 5. That would be my top 5 favorites to win the MVP. And yeah, man, I'm not mad at SGA being number 1 here. I'm not. So yeah. All right, moving on to the next question. If you were starting a franchise today and can sign any player in the NBA, who would it be? This should be, I feel like Victor Wembanyama should be unanimous. And I really want to know, these GMs got to put their names on it, man. 10% pick SGA, Nikola. Look, no disrespect to SGA, Nikola Jokic, or Luka. No disrespect, man. Victor Wembanyama should be unanimous. Think about this. After just one season, playing 70 plus games, majority of GMs in the league already, after just one season, they believe this is the guy you want to go going forward if you're starting a franchise. Which I think speaks a lot. Victor Wembanyama is a guy, 7'6", I think he's 7'6", elite defensively, can put the ball on the ground, can guard on the perimeter. I mean, LeBron said it himself. This guy's an alien. He's not even from this world. And again, no disrespect to the players below him, but I want to know who the 3%, who the 10%, like the 13% of GMs were. Victor Wembanyama should be any GM's pick when starting a franchise. If I had the decision to pick between these guys, I might even go into blink. I'm picking Victor. I'm closing my eyes. Victor Wembanyama. Like, This guy is the future. And the NBA better get ready, because what we witnessed Victor Wembanyama do as a rookie, that's just the surface of what this guy can become. And I think the Spurs have a potential legendary franchise cornerstone on the horizon. So, Victor Wembanyama by a landslide for this question. All right, now this question I know is going to be a topic of discussion in the comment section, hopefully. All right. Who is the best point guard in the NBA? GM survey has Luka Doncic number 1 at 37%. Number 2, we have SGA at 30%. Stephen Curry, 23%. Number 4, we have Jalen Brunson at 10%. And last year, Steph Curry was 63, I think, yeah, 63%. Look, I have no issues with Luka Doncic being at 37%. He's the best point guard in the NBA. He's coming off a finals run. He's coming off a season where he led the league in scoring, averaging 33. I think that was the most, and I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I think that's the most points by a guard since Harden. 33 points per game. I could be wrong there. But no, 33 points per game is nothing to, discredit. But look, SGA at number 2, no problem with that. Steph Curry at number 3. Here's one thing I wanted to bring up here. Because I was talking with a couple of New York fans, a couple of Golden State fans. A lot of Knicks fans are making the argument that these GMs are just like Steph Curry. I mean, Jalen Brunson should be above. This is what Knicks fans are saying. Jalen Brunson should be above Steph Curry. And I think there's a legit argument there, right? The Knicks, they had a deeper playoff run than the Warriors. And again, that's a personnel issue, right? But basketball is a team sport. And you have to incorporate all the nuances within the game. I think Jalen Brunson actually had better numbers than Curry this past season. Hold on. Let's compare their numbers. Let me see this real quick. Where is it? Okay. Steph. Let me make sure you guys can see it on the screen. There we go. You guys can see it on the screen. All right. So this past season, 2023-24 season. Let's look at the production. And again, this does not speak. I'm not saying Jalen Brunson is a better overall player in terms of resume all the time. Listen, Steph Curry is a legend in this game. He changed the way the game is played. Like, let's give him his flowers. This guy is at best the second best point guard in NBA history. Some people will still have Magic Johnson at number 1. Listen, man, I'm a new age guy. I have Steph Curry number 1 all the time. I don't give a fuck about, the past, and I'm not disrespecting the old generation. I just think Curry is just, he's the best point guard I've ever seen. But this past season, man, I'll say this. Jalen Brunson had better numbers than Curry, bro. 28 points per game to Steph's 26. 3.6 rebounds to Steph's 4.5. That's no biggie. They're not expected to rebound, right? 6.7 assists, 5.1 for Curry. Jalen Brunson has the higher field goal percentage. And it's not by a landslide, right? It's not by a landslide. But if Knicks fans want to make the argument that Jalen Brunson had a better season than Curry, and that he should be, he should have the nod based on recent results. I mean, I'm not mad at people thinking Jalen Brunson is a better point guard than Curry right now. Now, who knows what will happen this upcoming season? Let me go back to the survey. Who knows what will happen this upcoming season, man? Maybe the Warriors might have a huge playoff run. I don't think they will. I don't. The Knicks are a better team than the Warriors as presently constructed right now. But again, back to the survey. I don't disagree with Luka being number 1, SGA being at number 2. But I would put Jalen Brunson at number 3. Like if I were to have the top 4 best point guards in the NBA, Luka 1, SGA 2, Jalen Brunson 3, Steph Curry 4. I think that's fair. A lot of people are probably gonna cook me in the comments. A lot of Curry fans, but look, man, I'm not saying Jalen Brunson's better all the time, man. I'm just saying right now, I think Jalen Brunson has the nod. But I do agree with this. I do agree with the pick. I think Luka is the best point guard in the NBA, for sure. All right, I think this is the last question we're gonna go over. Okay, so who is the best center in the NBA? Nikola Jokic is at number 1 with an overwhelming 87%. Listen, Joel Embiid, I'm taking this shit as disrespect. I'm taking it as disrespect. You got people in the media saying that you're ducking Jokic, bro. I don't think you duck Jokic. I also agree with this pick. I think Nikola is the best center in the NBA. I think Embiid averaged 30 for his MVP season. And this past season, before I picked SGA to win the MVP, I thought Joel Embiid was gonna win the MVP, man. The rate that he was playing at, bro, he was gonna win the MVP. But you know, injuries got in his way, and what happened. But I think Joel Embiid needs to make something happen this upcoming season because, you know, I imagine Victor Wembanyama will be number 1 next year, right? So again, man, there isn't much for me to say because everybody thinks Jokic is the best center in the league, man. And I think the reason people think that is because when I think of Jokic, I don't think of a guy that scores first. Now, I'm not shitting on Embiid's game. This man is one of the best big man shooting big mans in the league. He scores at an efficient paint. He's virtually unguardable. But, and I'm not saying he doesn't make his teammates better. I just don't think he makes his teammates better as good as Jokic does. And I think that's the difference here. Embiid can give you 50 whenever he wants. Jokic will give you a triple-double with like 20 assists. The impact that Jokic gives to his team, in my opinion, I think is a little bit greater than what Joel Embiid gets for the Sixers. And that's not disrespect, man. That's just basketball. That's X's and O's, bro. Literally. Some of the shit that I see Jokic do, man, you know, getting players in their spots, pick and roll actions, this crazy pass here. Hey, go this way, man, so this guy can cut this way. Bro, Jokic is that dude, man. That doesn't mean Joel Embiid's ass. I think Embiid will give Jokic 30 whenever he wants, bro. But I think the GM's picking Nikola 87% speaks a lot to how the people in the league feel about Embiid's impact to winning. And with the Sixers making these moves, you know, getting Paul George, Caleb Martin. I know they re-up Tyrese Maxey too. But man, listen, man. This is the year for the Sixers to make some shit happen. And Joel Embiid, bro, eyes are going to be on you. This is disrespectful as hell, bro. But I don't disagree.